Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Forrest Knight over at xtrmfx.com. Excited to be here with you. If you don't know me, I am a trader. I love trading. I'm also a coach. I love coaching people to success. I love doing that stuff. And one of the things that I found, I enrolled into an academy to learn how to trade just about 3 years ago now. I think it's going to be 3 years in April, and just truly fell in love with the spirit of trading, the community of trading, the competitiveness of trading, the challenge of trading, and just fell in love with it. But more importantly, I found it as a way that when I immerse myself into it, I learn a lot of stuff about me. One is I learned patience, right? I learned patience, learned mindset, helps with a little bit of spirituality, a whole lot of stuff. So what I wanted to do today was show you what we've learned in classes and what I've learned from past instructors and educators in this space and people with experience. I call them the experts, right? I like to use the phrase, I like to sit in the back of the class and cheat off the smart kid, right? So one of the things that can be a little bit confusing are what they call sell limit orders or buy limit orders. So I'm going to do my best in this video to show you. We talked about this in class here yesterday evening about setting sell limit orders. And I'm going to show you how we came up with a plan. Basically, went and did some back testing and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to give you some ideas on the sell limit order for AUD USD. I want to take a look at this and maybe show you some different ways to enter and how this works and how I would do this. And then I'm going to walk you through and sort of show you how to enter it on your phone, on the MetaTrader 5, on your phone. And entering trades is the same for any trade, right? You just have to pick the pair. So hopefully that'll help with you doing other pairs as well. So let's do this. So let me do a screen share over here. Let's do a screen share. We'll take a look at the chart first, and then we're going to jump in and just to the side of the chart, I'm going to show you how it's actually entered into the vault. So this is the sell limit order that we took, and I'm going to show you the exact entries. But basically on the class, we talked about the entry point would be somewhere in this area at about 65,369. It's going to come up to this area. It's going to turn around and come down. So what is a sell limit order? What does that mean? What is it saying? Basically what it's saying is that price, right? Price is going to move up in this general direction. Then it's going to reverse and it's going to come back down in this general direction here. And it's going to take profit here. Now, the challenge with a sell limit order, right? The challenge with a sell limit order, it might not make it all the way to this entry point. Right? It may not make it all the way up to this entry point and turn around. It might shortcut and turn around and come back down in this way. So what happens? No trade, right? You missed the trade. Or another thing on a sell limit order is it could bust right through here and just keep going. Of course, we've got a stop loss that we set in the order. So how does all this work? So a couple of things that you can do when you're looking at a sell limit order, and this again, this isn't just me talking, this is some things to look at, is what if it doesn't make it all the way up here? So what you can do is you can come in on your chart. You can simply right click and you can add an alert, right? That's a little bit shy of that. And I just put check chart on mine and I put an alert right in here. So if price comes up here and alerts, it's going to give me a general idea. Now on this 15-minute time frame, I've also got some resistance areas popping up in here. And I might want to set another alert just to check this because I don't want to be checking this all day. If price happens to come up this area and turn around and come back down this area, it might still be a valid trade. So you've got a couple of options, right? You can just let it come up here and run. You can set some alerts. You can come in and just set the sell limit and just walk away from it and cross your fingers and hope for best. Or you can set some alerts to wait to see when it gets ready for entry, right? So it may come up and turn right here and come back down in this way. One of the things I like to do is I use Fibonacci pivots, right? So I turn on my Fibonacci pivot up here, and I'm looking at some things. Now I've got my primary pivot point here. I've got my R1, my R2, my R3. So it's right shy of R3, entered about 30% or 1/3 of the way up or 1/3 of the way down is where price typically has a tendency to come up and swing down this way and trade. So I've got my alert set on the chart. I'm all ready to go. So how do you enter how do you enter in the limit? So first of all, you got to know where you're going to enter. So I'm going to bring over my measuring tool, right? And I'm going to set that bad boy up right there. That's going to be, let's try that again. Short position right there. So that's where my entry is going to be. My take profit is going to be down here. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to enter these numbers in on here. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to come into my tool and I'm just going to enter where my stop loss is going to be. My stop's going to be at 65 370. I'm sorry, 65 870. It's going to be 65 870. That's going to be about 500. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm probably going to drop that down to about a 300, right? So I love conserving my capital. So I'm going to put that about 300. Again, as a trader, you've got to decide how much capital you want to risk. It's your trade, right? If it blows through that entry point and keeps going, I don't want to lose a whole bunch off of my account. The risk factor, the way it's risking, is 550. So it's basically it's a 2 to 1 ratio, something like that. My entry point right here, my entry point is 65 370, which I've got already. And then my take profit position is going to be 64 670. 64 670 would be my profit position. Just need one number in there. 0.64 670. There we go. Get that typed in right. So that's what it's going to look like on my trading view chart. You can see the stop loss is up there quite a bit. So if this does happen to blow through that and just keep going in that direction, hit stop loss, I've mitigated my risk. I always want to have a stop loss on your trades. I've set me an alert right here on the chart. So if this does turn around and comes up a little bit earlier, I can alert myself and I can come in and maybe enter the trade here as a market execution and then set my take profit down here for that position. Who knows? We'll see. Right now, I'm using a Lux Algo, and right now it's just right at the edge of the breakout box. It may turn around and come back down this way right now. We'll see, right? We'll see where that goes. We'll keep an eye on it here. I may set myself an alert in here just to see where this goes. But let's go ahead and talk about entering it on your phone. So to enter in your sell limit, you're going to simply come to the pair that you want to enter. In this case, we're going to do AUD, USD. If it's not on my pairs list, I'm going to go up to my search for a symbol. Search, I'm going to type it in. I'm going to search. Again, I'm on my iPhone. I'm on MetaTrader 5. This is connected to my broker. I'm going to tap on AUD USD, right? I'm going to hit trade. It's going to bring me to this page. Now, typically when you do this, it's going to open up to market execution. You need to switch it over to the sell limit, right? We're going to do a sell limit. I'm going to put in what I want to do for a lot. So I'm actually going to do a 1.25 for my lot. I'm going to set in my entry price is where I want to enter. Right, so you see my entry price is going to be 65,370. So I'm going to do 65,370, right? I'm going to enter in my stop loss, right? I want to enter in my stop loss based on what I measured here on my measuring tool. Again, I don't want to lose a lot. So my stop loss is going to be 65,670, right? So 65,670. And then I'm going to enter in my take profit where I want to take profit, which is 64,670. So I'm going to put in 64,670. I'm going to hit place. And that is how you enter it. And you can see I've got a couple of them on there. And I'm probably going to go in and remove the 0.9 sell limit order. And again, just based on what you want to do when you're placing your orders, that's how you enter your sell limit order. So now we've just got to wait for price to run up. We'll see if it hits this area, turns around and comes back down in here. Again, I've got an alert set on this to see where the alert's going, and I'm just going to keep an eye on the trade. Now, what happens if price never gets up here? What happens if it never reaches the area? Maybe it just turns around and comes back down this way. I don't get a chance. Nothing, right? Nothing. I'm not going to lose any money. There's nothing going on until it actually hits this entry point and activates. There's only two things that are going to happen. It's either going to blow right through this and keep going, or it's going to come up here. Price is going to touch that, and it's going to turn around and come back down in this general direction. We just have to wait and see. I've got an alert set on this. Hopefully, this has helped you with some ideas on setting sell limit orders. I would specifically do this. I wanted to show you how you enter those on the phone, but I would specifically take a look at when you're entering these orders is setting an alert and just waiting for price to get to this area, right? Just setting an alert, waiting for price to get to that area, and then coming back and checking your chart and see if it's turning around, and maybe even setting another alert here, right? Setting something down here add another alert in this area just to check it again, right? Oh, try that one more time. Add alert, check chart, and create. So I've got an alert right here, so I can just keep an eye on price. It's gonna ping. I would come and take a look at this and just check this out. I don't have to sit here and watch this all day, right? I've set in my limit for how much I want to lose. I've set in my take profit for how much I'm going to profit, and I just have to generally get some alerts on here. So when it's alerted, if it hits this area, maybe turns around, starts coming back down this way earlier, I can do that. Another option is I can also enter my limit area down here. I can move it down, right? Enter my sell limit down here and just wait for that to turn around as well. Hopefully this provided some value. If it did, please feel free to drop me any questions that you might have. I love you. I appreciate you. Jesus loves you. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. Look forward to seeing you in class. Have an awesome trading day. Bye-bye.